Hi, everyone. My name is Mrs. Kodima, and I am the principal at Sierra Vista. And I'm super excited to be reading a story to you. The title of the story is called The Cool Bean. It's by Jory John and Pete Oswald. And I want to ask you a question. I wonder what it means to be cool. So we're going to be reading this story, and I can't wait to share it with you. The Cool Bean. Watch out! Here comes the cool beans. The cool beans. Look at these interesting characters. They're all beans. I wonder what it means to be cool. Oh yeah, check out how they move. Look at the way they swagger. Notice their sunglasses. Yow! The cool beans are known all over school, from house to house, across town, beyond county lines. Look at, here's our main character here. And this looks like the cool beans. In the olden days, last year, we were all one big pot of beans. Looks like here's the pod. We were a mixed bag, but somehow it worked. Yep, those were the good old days. That's just how it is sometimes. You spend less time together, even though you're not totally sure why. This little guy over here is sighing. I watched as the beans I knew so well, the beans from my own pod, became the cool beans. Oh, they were so cool. One of them could play the guitar. Cool. One of them could draw the best superheroes. Cool. One of them could jump higher than any bean I'd ever known. Cool. Me? I mostly stayed the same. Sure, I made some small changes. I wore sunglasses. Too big. This says Ray Bean. I slicked my hair back. Too slick. I strutted around. Ow. I swaggered. Oof. Doesn't look like he's very successful yet. I was still picked last for everything. My clothes never seemed to fit. I snorted when I laughed. I walked into stuff. I was an uncool bean for sure. I started thinking of myself as just a common bean with no special skills. I couldn't compete, so I didn't even try. I'd never be a cool bean. So here's where I notice. They're the cool beans. And here's our main character trying to be a cool bean, but it sounds like he's not as successful. So he's not going to try. Let's see what happens. It seemed like there were two types of beans in the world. There were the cool beans, Laguna Beach, and the beans like me. His face doesn't look very happy. The days all blended together. I lived my life, and things were just okay. I took tests and ate lunches and mostly kept to myself. The cool beans continued being cool. I mean, sure, I miss them a bit, but it's not like I was going to say anything. I felt like all that coolness had gotten in the way of our friendship. And that's how it went until one day, I wonder what's going to happen. I was in the cafeteria. I dropped my lunch on my loafers. Oh no, not again. But then something sort of miraculous happened. Out of nowhere, one of the cool beans helped me clean it up. He didn't even say anything. He just gave me a nod. That was it. Later, I was out on the playground. I tripped and scraped my knee and maybe cried a little bit, and everybody saw it. Another one of the cool beans came to by my side, and without a word, he dusted me off. Look, he's bringing him something to make him feel better. That afternoon, I was sitting in class. I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't notice, but our teacher had called on me. Everybody stared, and I sat there in silence. Nobody said anything. And then everybody just laughed at me. That was it. After today, I was officially a has-been. Look at our poor main character sinking in his seats while everyone laughs. So sad. But then one of the cool beans stood up and came over to me. Everybody watched. She leaned in close and whispered, "Hey, the teacher asked you to read from page 32. Then she gave me a quick wink and went back to her seat. It was a small gesture, sure, but it was also everything. Look at how happy our character is. The title of the book's called The Great Gatsby. I walked home with a goofy smile on my face. Look at his face. I smiled all the way through dinner. That day made all the difference. It was the day that could have been really bad if not for the kindness of a few cool beans. It gave me a shred of confidence. That shred of confidence has continued to grow. Look, he's on the top of a jungle gym. He looks so confident. Somebody had my back. Or a few somebodies. After that, I started hanging out with the cool beans again. How have you been? Get it? How have you been? Not all the time, but sometimes. At lunch, after school, even on the weekends. Throughout all of this, I realized that it's not about how you look or any of the other silly stuff. It's about a wink or a nod or a smile at just the right moment. It's about dusting someone off, helping them up again, and pointing them in the right direction. It looks like our main character is now doing the same things the cool beans did to him to give him confidence. And he's even putting those glasses that were too big away. You need a hand? Yes, please. Now that's cool. And that's the end of our story. I think our character realized that it wasn't about the way you look or how you act or the way you dress, but it was really about being kind and making someone feel good about themselves. So I hope you enjoyed The Cool Bean as much as I did. Thank you.